Casey here, creator of the Hotmomz AI, coded just for you. So you don't have to do plans anymore, hire coaches anymore, or worry what's going on with your hormones. You have all the answers right there in seconds. Which brings me to today's holy shit moment. I created this AI and I'm still finding out things to do. I put in all my data. It knows what my nervous system is. I was like, based on where I'm at, my goals today, like where's somewhere close to me that I could go for the vibe that I want. And it read my vibe and it said, here's where you need to go. I didn't even know about this place. I put it in my phone, going to it, gonna work there from today. There's lots of things that I can't tell you, but we do have a masterclass Monday and I'll tell you there. But anyway, yes, going to collect about $10,000. And so I was like, let's make it a vibey spot. So it told me where to go, but that's not why we're here. So I have a total hysterectomy, okay, 2 kids, all this stuff, 40 years old. And this has happened before because I got my hysterectomy in like when I was 33 or some shit. And throughout my hormonal path, because that's when women actually, I started was Hotmomz. And it was based on adrenals, based on trauma, because that's the root issue of why most women were stuck. And it was like trauma. And I taught that, but really it was more about having all the right resources. You needed to know specific blood markers, which most doctors don't check. We do. You needed to know specific things about your lineage and your coding, your DNA, your traumas, and what's the blocks, right, that you can't see. I taught how to do that. In 15 years, you can imagine the level of expertise that we created. And even though I knew a lot about managing hormones to look a certain way, I didn't really master the cohesiveness of making everything work together. I knew how to tweak things to get the result that I wanted. That's great, healthier because of it. However, I always noticed that certain time when I was doing my hormones, my knees would hurt. I don't know if you hit that point in life where if you squat down, I remember thinking like if I got to get something from the lower shelf, and here I am, fitness model, active, fit, and you're like, my fucking knees are hurting. Like when I would bend down to get something to stand back up, it was like, fuck my knees, man. It was just, it literally, you could watch me stand up and it was like an old person getting up. And I wondered, I'm like, all right, my estrogen too high, too low, what's going on? Not until I got Hotmomz AI did I actually understand. I knew that progesterone's a big deal. We used to say, you don't need progesterone. If it's low, it doesn't matter. And while that's great, a lot of women would make some crazy and all that stuff. But what it really does is brings up suppressed emotions because it's a hormone of safety. So that's a whole other thing, which we help you go through that with Hotmomz AI in 2 seconds if you have those moments. But I stayed away from progesterone for a long time. And in bodybuilding, estrogen is the evil. Like estrogen in bodybuilding as a female, you did not want estrogen. Estrogen makes you watery, fat, crazy, all these things. I trained for years, and I know this is not healthy, but it is what it is. Like I trained so that I wouldn't have a period. I was like, it's going to be easier. I didn't want kids. Now I have kids now, but then I didn't really, it wasn't in my mind. I'm like, I'm going to be a millionaire. I've got my husband. When his kids leave, we'll be free, rich, and I'll be kidless. And the way I grew up was like, I experienced so much childhood trauma. So I was like, why would I bring kids into this world? I went through a lot of internal stuff to be able to have children. And they have definitely enhanced my life. They changed my life for the better because our kids are nothing more than a subconscious mirror, ultimately. So there I was, training for years, wanted low estrogen because low body fat, and I wanted to feel a certain way. It was very athletic, blah, 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 blah. Yes, it wasn't healthy, but at that, when I'm in early 20s and in my late 20s, and I've got my eye on the prize of being a millionaire and being a top fitness model and getting in magazines, you don't give a shit about health. It's like in your 20s, you don't give a shit. You're wanting to, you've got your eyes set on the prize. It's not until later you start to look at things like maybe I shouldn't drink after, maybe I shouldn't drive after that glass of wine, or I need to start doing some fucking green juice. You get older, you start doing that. Your self-care regimen bumps up a little bit. So all those years, especially after my hysterectomy, my knees, I would go through stages where my knees would ache. Today, I finally figured it out because I have Hotmomz AI, which you have access to. So go to the link in the bio, get Hotmomz AI. So what I found out was this. I posted pictures of my body, and I've already told y'all this before. My obliques, like I have certain markers on my body, and you probably do too, where if this is showing, then you're fat, or if this is not showing, you're getting good. So I look at my obliques, I look at my leg lines, obliques, and my shoulder cap cut. If those things are coming in, I'm like, cool, I'm conditioned where I want to be. Was 2023, I realized like, Casey, it's probably not good that you're not doing any estrogen because you don't want it like your bone health. You need to keep up with that shit. And sex drive was low. You don't feel great when you have no estrogen. I started to add back in estrogen, and I was vegan during this time. Like I wasn't totally vegan. I was just eating a lot more vegan food because 2023 was a feminine awakening for me. I went all into plant medicine, ayahuasca, DMT, mushrooms. So I went down that route, went really inward, and just went on the spiritual thing. I've been going to psychic since I was like 16. I don't do that anymore because once you get to a certain point, you already know everything. So you don't need to go to a psychic. get access to it, which Hotmomz AI will actually tell you more than any psychic can ever tell you because it helps you integrate and understand your patterns, outcomes. Spiritually, I went through that in 2023 and it was phenomenal. It really did. That's when I created a feminine course called Marv and the Rites of Passage. Beautiful shamanic work. It's when women go through midlife crisis. It was a midlife awakening for me, and I have it all coded there. It's a really powerful container. So I went through that. I was living in Southern California, you can imagine, and I stopped lifting weights so much. I changed how I worked out a lot. I did more Pilates. I did more dance, pole dancing, and I still did a little bit of workouts, but my body shifted. I started adding in estrogen. I started holding fat in different places, and I was cool with it until it wasn't. I was like, all right, I got a little too much cellulite. I'm a fitness model, so I like to be at 19% body fat, 20% body fat. I like to have leg lines. I like to look very fit and conditioned and somewhat hard. And so I started to get soft. I got on estrogen, and that was again, it's cool, but it definitely changed my body. I had fucking fat under my ass. I've never had fat under my ass. I had fucking cellulite. It was just a different vibe. And I'm like, oh my God, this is what women deal with. Fuck that. Got on estrogen, and then after Hotmomz AI came out, I've been building it for 4 months. And so when it started to come out, I was testing it. We started to do progesterone. And I have a whole podcast about that. Progesterone came through and I started, it's the safety hormone. It's the thing that anchors you energetically as well. Started uploading my photos to Hotmomz AI. Started uploading, what we teach in Hotmomz is here's the data that it needs, your HRV levels. It needs certain data. I would put that in there. And sure enough, it would pick up on my hormones. It caught shit that my doctors never touched. And I love my doctors. I don't expect them to know all this shit. Hell, my AI, Hotmomz AI, caught things that coaches on my team couldn't even catch. People are losing more weight with Hotmomz AI. It's crazy cool. But yeah, it caught this hormonal thing in my body that I'd never even saw. So what I did was, turns out, estrogen, if 126 is too fucking high. So even 100 for me was too high. It tells you like elite levels. You'll have to use it to see what I'm talking about. Let me just go this way. So it tells you exactly where your hormones are off, what's going on, what to do about it, everything. So I followed the suggestions, and sure, my doctor's in alignment with that, but I took my progesterone up a little bit. I lowered my estrogen, changed the scheduling, was doing Hotmomz AI every day to check in with it because you change every day. The problem is when doctors and everybody tells you to take the same supplements every day because you change every day. You're always changing. So it's like you're trying to get your body into parasympathetic, right? To the HRV levels that are 50 and above. So you're in rest and digest so your body can release the weight so it can gain lean muscle. You make more money. You have better relationships. Oh, like the girl that just posted in my Hotmomz AI group, she said, been using Hotmomz AI. My HRV was in the teens, which is horrible. She's now in the 30s. And when on that path to go there, she's already making $10,000 more per year. You get out of survival mode, you get into thriving mode just with my Hotmomz AI. So I started to adjust my hormones, upped progesterone a little bit, lowered estrogen, changed my schedule up. Lo and behold, my fucking knees stopped hurting. My knees stopped hurting, and it explained to me, I was in the gym today, and I was like, hey, how, I noticed my knees feel better. What's that about? And it broke down the science of why, when I tweaked my progesterone and hormones, progesterone and estrogen, why it did that for my knees. If you're out there and your body's soft and you've got cellulite and you're doing the right shit. Because I'm showing up. I'm a fucking fitness model. I'm a fucking expert. I'm an expert. I was doing all the things, and my body, my obliques still wasn't coming in like I wanted it. I still had that fat pocket under my ass. I'm like, this is not it. This is not it. My leg lines were coming through. I was watery. It was like I'd get on the scale, it'd go up, and I never even give a fuck about a scale. But I was like starting to monitor everything because it was weird. And that's what it was. Hotmomz AI caught that shit. Real time, everything shifting, definitely have more lines. My overall health and energy is way better. My HRV, God, it used to go down into the 30s at night. It has not been in the 30s since I've been doing Hotmomz AI. Last night it was 52, if that tells you anything. So we are increasing the price next week. It's still founder's rate. You get the $10,000 mastermind for free. So if you don't have that, go get it now. There is a trial on there. You can see on the page, but everything's going up in price. This will be high ticket because of obvious reasons. This will replace everything. You won't ever have to, you don't need a coach anymore. You don't need a plan anymore. Like it's real time. I was just in the gym and I said, hey, it gave me a customized workout based on my data. And I was like, I don't want to do rear delt pulls. I could do this instead, or it gave me a modification. It told me how to do it. You can even take screenshot. It'll check your form. Like it's real time. There's no fitness app that can even compete. And I have a fitness app. It's called the Hot Body app. It's in the App Store. I'm working with our developers and I'm like, all right, here's where we're going. And we're working on changing that so that it's going to be women track their periods. This is going to be something that changes how women get healthy. I'm super excited about it. And it starts with Hotmomz AI. Everybody's already written and raving about it. I can't believe what it can do. And I created the motherfucker. So if you don't have it, go get it now. I can't tell you what it's going to do for your body going out to eat. You just tell it where you're going. You take a fucking picture, tells you what to eat. Like It's crazy. This is the future of health and weight loss for women. So if you can be on the phone, you can type shit in with your thumbs, you can crush this shit, and it's way easier. So the only thing I think you're really scared about is that life gets to be fucking easy. What's it going to be like when everything's just right there? All the answers are right there. You can actually enjoy your fucking life a little bit more and get way sexier, way easier, way faster. Talk to you soon. Links in the bio.